There's an urban legend that refuses to die. It shows up in late-night forums, roadside stories, and half-whispered warnings passed around like a bad memory. The story always sounds a little different, but one detail never changes. The children have completely black eyes, no pupils, no whites, just black. And according to the legend, they never force their way inside. They ask, they wait, and if you let them in, something terrible happens. One stormy night, a man named Sam was driving alone down a rural highway, somewhere far enough from town that the darkness felt absolute. Rain hammered the windshield. The trees on either side of the road looked like walls. There were no houses, no lights, no signs of life. Just Sam, his car, and the sound of the wipers fighting to keep up. The radio was on low, mostly for company, until a caller brought up something Sam had heard before. Black-eyed children.
If a child knocks on your door after midnight, don't let them in.
Sam rolled his eyes and turned the radio off. A second later, something moved through his headlights. He slammed on the brakes. The car skidded across the wet road and stopped at an angle, hazard lights blinking into the rain. Sam jumped out, heart pounding, expecting to find an injured kid in the road. At first, he saw nothing. Then, at the edge of the headlights, he spotted a boy standing perfectly still. He looked about 10 years old, thin, pale, wearing a soaked hoodie, head lowered. Sam called out, asking if he was okay, asking where his parents were. The boy didn't answer right away. Then he said in a flat, almost rehearsed voice,
"Mister, we're lost."
Sam asked, "We?" And that's when he heard movement behind him. He turned and saw a second child, a little girl, maybe 8 years old, standing only a few feet away in the rain. Sam hadn't heard her walk up. He hadn't heard anything. The girl stared at him and said,
"Please, let us in your car."
Something about both of them felt wrong immediately. Not aggressive, not frantic, not even emotional, just calm, too calm. Sam scanned the road and the woods beyond it, looking for a parent, a house, any sign of where these kids had come from. There was nothing. So, against his better judgment, he told them he'd drive them to the next town.
We need to sit in the back.
Behind you.
Sam turned toward the car. By the time he reached the driver's door, both children were already standing at the back doors. He froze. He never heard them move. Still, he unlocked the car. The children got in without a sound and sat upright in the back seat, hands folded in their laps like they'd been placed there. As Sam pulled back onto the road, he tried to keep things normal. He asked their names.
We are just children.
Sam forced a laugh and asked again. Then the girl said something that made his grip tighten on the wheel.
"You can call us in."
"You're already in the car." And from the back seat, the boy answered,
If you invite us in, we can tell you our names.
By then, the car felt colder, not just uncomfortable, wrong. Sam asked where their mother was waiting.
Up ahead.
He asked if it was a house, a gas station, anything. The answers only got stranger.
We have been waiting for a long time.
Then the dashboard lights flickered. Sam reached for the radio, hoping maybe some noise would break the tension. But when it came on, all he got was a blast of static. Through the static, a voice came through for half a second. It sounded like the same radio host from before.
They always ask the same thing. Let us in.
Then the radio died completely. Sam looked in the rearview mirror. The children had raised their chins now. He still couldn't see their eyes clearly, but he could feel them looking at him. Then Sam noticed something outside. A crooked tree on the shoulder, a rusted road sign, a break in the guardrail. A minute later, he saw the same tree again, the same sign, the same stretch of road. His stomach dropped. He asked if they'd passed that area already.
You've been trying to leave.
We don't leave.
Together, in matching, emotionless voices, they said,
We arrive.
A low humming sound started under the car, almost like the road itself was vibrating. Sam adjusted the rearview mirror one more time, and finally he saw their eyes. Solid, black, no color, no whites, no reflection, just black. Sam gasped and jerked the wheel. The car fishtailed, slid off onto the shoulder, and stopped hard in the mud. He sat there, shaking, hands locked around the steering wheel, too scared to turn around. In the mirror, both children were staring directly at him now. He whispered, "What are you?"
Children.
Then came something even worse. Soft whispers outside the car, as if other voices were moving through the rain. The children in the back started speaking again, calm as ever. They told Sam he wasn't the first person they'd waited for. They had waited on roads, on porches, at windows. They told him why they chose him.
Because you were alone. Because you were tired. Because you were kind.
And then the boy said something that hit Sam harder than anything else.
You always stop.
That was when the memory came back. Years earlier, Sam had been sitting alone in his apartment on another rainy night. There had been a knock at the door. He ignored it. Then another knock. Then the voice of a child.
Please.
We're lost. Let us in.
Sam remembered exactly what he'd done. Nothing. He stayed on the couch and said, "Not my problem," and eventually the knocking stopped. Back in the car, Sam's breathing turned shallow. The boy in the back seat repeated Sam's own words to him in a perfect imitation of his younger voice. "Not my problem." Sam said he thought it had been a prank. He said he didn't know.
We believe you, but we remember.
The whispers outside grew louder. Sam could hear faint scratching now, small fingers dragging across the doors. The children told him they had waited, they had gotten cold, they had fallen asleep, and they had never woken up. Sam finally asked the question that had been building since the moment he saw them. "What do you want from me?" The answer came instantly.
What we wanted then. To be let in.
Sam reached for the door handle, maybe to run, maybe just to do something.
You can't run.
Through the rain-streaked driver's side window, Sam heard another voice.
Mister, please, we're lost.
He turned and saw two more children standing outside the car, but these children looked normal. They wore regular clothes. They were shivering. Their noses were red from the cold. They looked frightened, in the way real children look frightened. One of them knocked weakly on the glass.
Please. It's so cold. We just need somewhere to wait.
Sam looked back into the mirror. The black-eyed boy and girl were still sitting in the back seat, watching him.
You can choose this time.
Different choice. Different ending.
Sam's hand hovered over the locks. He asked what would happen if he helped the children outside. The girl answered quietly.
What happened to us?
Sam stared at the two children standing in the rain, and in that moment, he wasn't just looking at them. He was looking at the door he never opened, the knock he ignored, the choice he had already made once before. Finally, he closed his eyes and whispered, "I'm sorry." Then he said it louder. "Come in." The children outside stopped shivering. They smiled, and then their eyes turned black. Not slowly, not subtly, instantly, pure black. Sam lunged for the locks, but it was already too late. Every door in the car unlocked at once. Click, 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 click. Then all 4 doors swung open. From the darkness beyond the shoulder, more figures began to emerge. Small shapes in the rain. Children, too many to count. They moved soundlessly toward the car and climbed inside from every direction. Pale faces, black eyes, small hands gripping the seats. Whispers filled the air around Sam.
We're going to come in. You let us in. Let us in. So cold. Let us. So tired. Let us in.
Sam tried to pull away, but there was nowhere to go. The first boy and girl leaned in closest as the life drained out of him. And when it was over, the car sat in silence on the side of the road. The storm had weakened to a drizzle. The doors were closed again. Sam was still in the driver's seat, pale and motionless, eyes open and fixed on nothing. No sign of the children anywhere. Then, in the distance, headlights appeared. A family SUV slowed as it approached the stranded car, and somewhere in the dark, just beyond the reach of those lights, something waited to be invited in. Well then, I hope you enjoyed this installment of Creepy. Every week we will try to get a new creepy story or urban legend out for you. If you have any story ideas, feel free to send them my way. Maybe we can get your very own story on here. As always, thank you for watching, and please subscribe if you like this content. I'll see you next time, you beautiful, creepy people. Cheers.